What's going on, Trader Gang? Happy Sunday. We're back at it again with another Sunday market breakdown for you guys. I apologize, I'm popping on a couple minutes late. Just had to kind of get everything situated. So first off, to share with you guys, if you guys didn't follow me or follow any of my lives in the morning for our live trading, we actually went ahead and passed our 100K challenge. And we did it within a week, which was crazy because we were $61 distance to drawdown. So we were literally $61 from blowing the account. So we took the trade right before NFP, took a long on gold, and literally hit my TP. So I literally calculated how much money I needed to win to be able to pass the challenge. And we ended up profiting and we ended up passing the challenge, guys. So I'm going to do a separate video on that, but I'm super excited. I'm ready for the next stage to get funded and to, of course, pass whatever next steps we need to. So that's that. So, it's a new week. It's the first week of the month gone. So we're going into the second week of September. So just a lot of things have been happening in the market. I mean, gold hit an all-time high again. So same thing with US30. US30 has been going crazy as well. So what does that look like for us going forward? We don't know. So because the dollar is kind of uncertain right now. So I mean, we'll get into all that, but let's go ahead and get into the charts. But let's look at news first. Let me make sure I got good audio for you guys. For y'all popping on, throw some love in the chat. Say what's up. And even if you pass the challenge. So let me just get on my own live and make sure the sound is good. Mic. All right, we're good. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at news. So let me share my screen. Let's see, where do I want to put myself? No, too small. No, I want you guys to be able to see the whole screen. So yeah, this is all right, I guess. We'll change it up to go up here. But all right. So you can see here, let me kind of just remove myself here so you guys can see the full screen. So we got a new week. So starting Monday, September 8th. Doesn't look like we have anything. Tuesday, September 9th. Nothing again. Wednesday, we have PPI. So we do have news there, pre-market open. And then, of course, we do have some yellow folders. So if you guys ever looked down here, you can actually kind of see the different levels of impact. So I don't think anything much is going to happen here. So, and this is at like 7:30, 10 o'clock. So hopefully if you guys are scalpers, you'll already be out of the market by then. And then Thursday, we have CPI, so pre-market again. So this is going to be a big news day as well. So if you are trading news, I want to stay away from news now that I have this account. I don't want to have to trade news. So we'll definitely wait after that. So, but again, going forward, 7:30, natural gas storage. So any of these, I don't think it's going to move the market too much. And then Friday, we have prelim consumer sentiment. So this 7 o'clock, this is definitely going to kind of jolt the market a little bit. Plus, it's right at 7 o'clock. So this is always a key time. If you guys have traded, on the markets or anything, especially gold, like 7 o'clock, always it kind of just either causes a reversal or a pullback or something like that. So we just got to be very cautious of 7 a.m. So because that's 10 o'clock Eastern time. So we just got to be, that's kind of a key time for whatever reason. It causes kind of a shift in the market. So let's go ahead and look at the charts. So I was talking about the dollar earlier. So of course we can see here that of course the dollar is consolidated right now, but the dollar has been dropping. So when the dollar drops like this, it causes gold to go up. So anytime we see this, so if we see like a push, so lately, this is on the daily too. So we've kind of seen this downtrend, right? So because of this downtrend, we can look at something like gold, right? And look, this is on the daily as well. And look what happened. It's pushed up. So we were in a consolidation. We're in this range for since April 15th. Jeez. So April, May, June, July, August, it's like 4 months. So just a lot of up and down, up and down. So if you are a day trader, this wouldn't be the good market to trade in at all. So, but if you're a scalper, it's a little bit different because when you're a scalper, you can take moves off of the move down, off the move up, stuff like that. So you can kind of get in and out quick. So that's why scalping works for us, even when we're in a consolidated market on the higher time frame. So, but even here we can see, you know, we reached an all-time high of 36.55. So let me see something. Okay. So again, are we going to continue to push and make higher, or are we going to have a pullback? That's kind of hard to determine. So when we hit our last previous all-time high, we did have a pullback. So we literally pulled all the way back down here, and then we ended up closing right here. So, and then of course, because of news, we had a huge push up, and then now you can see where the market's starting right here. So I'll close all this out, make this all fresh. So you guys can see right now, we had a huge push up. We had a rejection right here. So of course that caused price to continue to push up. So again, you know, could we have a pullback, you know, possibly into like say this area or even further, or are we going to continue to keep pushing up? So, and that all depends. So like if the dollar keeps dropping, then of course that's going to push gold up. But if we do on the dollar, if we continue to push up, so I'm trying to find my path here. So if we continue to do this, you know, tap into here, kind of pull back a little bit, come right here, pull up, and kind of do this, and start hitting these different levels. So if this goes up, it's going to cause gold to continue to push down. So again, they usually correlate with one another. So that can cause gold to push all the way down here, push up a little bit more, push down into here, probably come back to right here, pull back down to like here, pull back up, and maybe even continue down like this. So this could very well happen. But again, it all depends on volume and all that. So because as of right now, price can continue to push up. So we'll do a breakdown on here. So of course, let's of course kind of break down gold. So and then of course we'll get into US30 here. So we can see US30 made an all-time high also. So its all-time high was 45,835. So and then of course we had a pullback. So of course news did the opposite. So this was news right here. So news caused it to tank all the way here and ended up closing right here, and then now it's starting up here. So could we continue to push up? Yes, that could be very possible because again, all in all, we're in an uptrend. So see this uptrend right here? So we would literally have to break this trend line for us to see it, like, or even down here, break this. This would be a full break of structure, and we would end up changing our direction, and we'd start taking these lows here. So, but we'll get into that. So let's break down gold. So again, we're going to always mark up. Let's mark up the all-time high. So all-time high was right here. So we had about 36.55. So we're going to do that. So weekly high, 36.55. It's a good psychological number. We'll keep that. There you go, 36.55. And then, of course, we want to mark up the weekly low. So, of course, that's going to be down here. So the weekly low was, see, 35.06. I like 35.05.5. Let's do that. All right. So we got our weekly high, weekly low. All right. So now, because we don't have any other highs or resistance to tap into, we're going to target some lows here. So we can target to a low right here. And then we can go a little bit more extreme. So this would be another low because price tapped into here multiple times. And then last one would be probably like right here. So I like to just, add in the area. So this was, look at that, 33.55.5. Perfect. So these are just other psychological levels. So levels that price could go to. Another one, what do we have? 32.94. So I would just round that up to 32.95. And then last one, we have 32.06. I like 32.05.5. All right, so these are just some levels that price could tap into. So because once we go on a lower time frame here, it just makes it a lot easier to look at, because if we see here, again, if I were to like put a line through these, so which we can definitely do. So just to make it a little bit clearer, so we could kind of box them. So like right here. And then I like to go body to wick. So, because again, if I were to drag this, you can see where price tapped into it. So another one right here. And of course, we can see price tapped into here as well. So I'll put this, yeah, right there. And then, of course, we have one right here. So again, these are areas where price could tap into if it does decide to pull back. So we'll leave that just like that. So, because going forward, as far as my strategy goes, we want to kind of go on the 30-minute here. And that's usually what I look for. So 30-minute, I look for the direction. So of course, if price is pulling back like this, even on the hour, so we had a consolidation here and we're having basically a breakout. So that's what I'm going to look at. So, but even again, even though the trend is overall bullish, I'm going to follow this, because more likely price is going to tap into this area right here. So this is an area of support right here where price has been sitting multiple times. So it can actually pull all the way down to here or even down here. So I basically just wait for that confirmation, and then I can go on the 5 or the 15 minute just to kind of confirm. Because again, we have this area right here, which could be liquidity. So price could actually come all the way down to here, take out liquidity here, and it could keep going up. So, but we just have to see, again, if it does do that, is it going to go to the next level? And is it going to break this area of support right here? Because if it does, then it's going to take out this level, and then these levels. So that's basically what I look for. And then, of course, if we go on the minute, that's what I look for on the 1 minute. So if I see where the direction is going to go, I can look back at this and be like, okay, cool. Price is more than likely going to pull all the way down to here. So like imagine taking this whole thing out. So like say if I saw that, I would literally wait for a breakout here because we have a little bit of consolidation here. So I would literally wait for price to break out of here. And then once it did that, I would take a short position. I'm right here. And I would literally target all the way down here. And I put my stop right above. That would be literally a 1 to 6. And that would be it. So that's kind of how my strategy is. Of course, I do look for a breakout of an area, but I also look at the trend and I follow the trend on the higher time frame. So, but all in all, for gold, like that's where we're at right now. So we have our areas marked up, just nice and clean. So now we just wait and see what direction price wants to go. So, all right. So now let's go to US30. So we can see what gold did. I mean, US30 did last week, right? So Friday. So what was the 5th? So what did price do on the 5th, right? Okay. So this was the 5th. So we can see price pushed up all the way to here, ended up closing here, and then price pushed up to an all-time high and literally pulled all the way down to here to about that 45,256, and then literally closed right here at 45,458. So right now we're kind of stuck in a consolidation. So, but again, on the like the overall trend is still bullish, like I said. So even if I wouldn't to go this far, we can still grab a trend line and we can see it's still bullish because we haven't had a break below here or here. So price can still continue to push up. So let me put myself up here. All right, guys. So let's clear all this out. And we do the same thing on here. So we go to the weekly. We'll mark up our weekly high, which is right here. So weekly high 45841. So we'll do 840. There we go. Oops. So 45,840. All right, that's our weekly high. Weekly low is right here, and that's at 4,500. So, or 45,000, excuse me. So that's a psychological level as well. 45,000. And then from here, we just look for a different lows. So we could see, let's see, we do have a low. We have a low right here. So this would be a decent area right here because price tapped 4 times. So this would be, was this 43,997? So I'll just make it even, 44,000. So 44,000 level. And then of course we do have another level right here. This is 43. We could do just round it up to 430. 43, 430. And then we could have one more area. Yeah, I'd say like right here. So because price tapped into this area. So this could be another possible area that it could tap into as well. So this was 42,994. So I would just honestly, let's see, I'll do either 42,995 or we could just do 4,300 or 43,000. Let's do that. 43,000. All right, so there's our levels right there. And then again, we can go on the daily here. It does make it a little bit clearer. So we can kind of mark up these areas. There we go. So this was an area of support right here. So that could be important. So again, we have this area that it tapped into. And then we have this level right here. This was a level of support. And then the last area is, of course, here. So we can look here. It tapped into this area, pulled up, tapped into it again, pulled up, tapped into it multiple times. We broke through it, pulled up, pulled down. We did hit this area again, pulled down even further. It came back up to the same area. And then we ended up pulling all the way down and then pulling back up right into this area multiple times. So again, this could be another key area. So I'll just mark it from, say, like right here, so I don't have to go too far. There we go. So we have we have 5 areas that price can tap into. So if price does decide to break out to the downside, we have some key levels of where price could possibly go. So even if we were to go to the lower time frame, we can see we've had a range here for quite a while. And then we created another range, which was in here. So, and then another range that price tapped into, not very long, but price tapped into this area. So again, going on a higher or lower time frame, 30 minutes. So again, we had this huge push down. So when was this? This had to have been Friday. Yep. So this was news right here. So price literally came up here and just dumped. So what price could possibly do is price could continue to fill this area. So price could very well, of course, on the lower time frame, even though we are consolidated but bullish overall, price can continue to come up here and fill it. So on the lower time frame, that's what that's going to look like. So price can easily come up and fill all this area right here. So all this. So price will do just like this. So price will break out. It'll break out to here, pull back a little bit. It'll come up, take out this area, pull back a little bit, and then continue and take this all out and fill this area. So because this is actually liquidity right here. Price is going to come back and fill this, and it could, after once it fills it, it could decide to drop, or it could continue to keep going since it is overall bullish. So that's kind of what I see. I think going forward for this week, I think we can continue to see, let me see on gold really quick. Gold, I think we could have a nice pullback, to be honest. So especially on the, let's see, on the 1 hour. Yeah, I think we could definitely kind of take out these lows here. It could be possible before we continue to keep pushing up, or at least this area right here. So just to make it more clear. So this area right here. So because this is a support area. This is a support area right here. So, or even I'll do it to right here because price tapped into here. So price could easily pull down all the way to here and then pull right back up, or it can continue to keep going. Take this out, take this out. So it just depends. It just depends on price for where it's going to go. But I think we're going to have a small pullback, but I think overall the week could end up bullish again. Sorry. And then same thing for US30. I think we're going to fill this up right here, and we could continue to make a new all-time high, or we could fill this and then push all the way down. So we just have to, again, see what the market's going to do. So, but that's a quick breakdown for you guys. I just want to share with you guys. So again, we passed our 50K challenge. So this is where we're at, guys. So I just want to share my dashboard with you guys. So we've accomplished it. We are on a advanced sim funded 100K account, funded active. So again, we do have our rules for ourselves. So I just got logged out. So we do have rules for ourselves. So we have to, minimum profit required is 3,000 or 3,100. We have to have 5 days of $200 profit. And of course, we have to follow consistency. So profit required to reach 35% consistency. Consistency resets when a payout is approved. Cool. So that's pretty much it. But the goal is to reach $3,100. So I'm going to basically be taking $250 risk trades just to keep my risk management low. And I'm going to also, if you guys didn't know this, if you go on your TRADEIFY, if you guys use TRADEIFY, you can actually go in your settings. So this is my new funded account. So you can actually, let me move me over here. So you can actually go in here, go into your settings, and go to your risk, go to accounts, go to risk settings, and you can actually put a daily loss limit for yourself. So I'm going to put a daily loss limit of 250 for myself. So what this does is basically locks you out. So if you lose more than $250, if you hit that $250 daily loss limit, that's it, you're done for the day. So it just kind of keeps you very disciplined and keeps your risk management intact. So just something to share with you guys if you guys didn't know that. But yeah, that's it, guys. Let me get full screen. There we go. So I appreciate you guys popping on. Hopefully this helps you guys on the breakdown for gold and US30. That's where I kind of see gold going. I feel like gold and US30 at the end of the week are going to continue to push up if we don't end up breaking any previous support levels. So we actually have a break of structure. to the downside, which of course is going to basically validate that we're going to create lower lows. So, but we always want to look at market structure and the overall trend on the higher time frames. So if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below. I'm always here to help. But again, I appreciate you guys popping on for this. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to continue to grow my channel. Always, if you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me on Nikki_Pips. I'll put that in the description as well. And again, I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend, and let's have a great trading week, y'all. All right.